Hey there, cell phone trackers. Are you having trouble with the cell phone triangulation project? I am here to walk you through it. Now, just a little bit of a notice in the beginning. I'm going to tell you that some of the answers that I give you might not be the right answer, but I'm just giving you a head start and giving you an idea of how to solve them. But I might not be giving you the right answers, so don't write down my answers because they might not be right. All right, friends, let's track some cell phones. So the idea now is we're given this map here of a couple of different counties in some state. And in this chart over here, we're tracking this cell phone number right here. We're tracking them at two different times. We found them at 9:12 using cell tower A and B, and then we also tracked them at 10:36. But where were they at those two times? So we have to use the given information in these charts to draw a triangle and then use our protractor app or just an actual plastic protractor to map it here and literally triangulate the cell phone. All right, let's get started. So at 9:12, we're going to draw a triangle here that's going to mimic what the cell towers are doing. Cell tower A and B are on the left and right. So when we draw our triangle, let's draw it cell tower A and cell tower B left and right. For this one, we're going to have the cell phone up above in the top half of the map. So I'm putting A, B, and I am putting C because it's an ABC triangle, but here C actually really means the cell phone. So C is exactly where the phone is that we're trying to triangulate. Now let's fill in what we know, and then we can use the actual triangle solving app to do all the hard work for us. So here, let's look at the instructions. It says here, first of all, that the cell towers are 20 miles apart. So see, in our triangle, we can put that between cell tower A and B. There we go. Now let's go to the chart. According to cell tower A at 9:12, we don't really know much about what's going on over here. So we're just going to leave that go. But over in cell tower B, we know that the cell phone is being tracked at 7.68 miles away. That means from tower B to the cell phone is 7.68 miles away. And the measurement, the cell tower measurement is 23 degrees. Now you see I've crossed out some of the east of west of north of south just to make it a little bit easier for you folks to triangulate these with a protractor. So don't worry about those words, the actual directions, just use the plain angle that you're given there. So that 23 degrees is where cell tower B is doing it, so I'll put that there. All right, we're going to need to solve our triangle eventually. Can you figure out what case we have here? This is an SAS case, which if you remember is the law of cosines. But like we said, we're not going to use the actual formula for this project. We're just going to use the app to make it easier. So we'll plug everything into the Triangle Solver app and it'll do all the hard work for us. So for question 1A, it says, how far away was the phone from tower A? And that's the blue question mark over here. So go ahead and use your app, and can you solve for, if you put everything in the right place, you'd be solving for basically side B. So go ahead and do that. I'm not going to put the answer here because I think that's something you can just plug in and see. All right, now in order to triangulate, the rule of thumb is you need to have, big star here, in order to triangulate, you need to have the cell tower A's angle and the cell tower B's angle. That's what's really, really important. The distances are good, but protractors measure angles. So you need to have angle A and angle B. And in these problems, sometimes it won't ask you for angle A or angle B, but you still have to find it. But again, just use the app. Okay, well, for this one right now, we do know here for 2A, we do know that angle B is equal to 23 because that was in our chart. And go ahead and use your app to figure out how much was angle A. Now, to help you go through this, though, I will tell you that angle A is going to be about 13 degrees. So about 13.1. So you do need both angles to do that. All right, now, to actually triangulate and find out where he is, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our protractor app, which I'm going to draw here for you to help you see as a frame of reference. So use the actual app, or if you have actual plastic protractor, that works too. Okay, you're going to notice on these protractors, if I sort of draw a small one here, that on the protractor app, you have this little crosshairs right on the bottom middle. Or on some plastic protractors, it's an open circle, a little hole. That always goes on the actual cell tower itself, either here or here. When you place the protractor app or the picture of the protractor, that crosshair, that circle, always goes right in the middle of where the cell tower is. So let's start with cell tower A and use that angle with the protractor app. Ready? I'm going to draw what that looks like. Now, when you put the protractor on there, again, you're going to put the actual protractor with the crosshairs right on the cell tower, right there. And notice the flat edge of the protractor is along the flat edge between the two cell phones. You want to always do that as well. You're not going to have it like this, kind of slanted or anything like that, or this. You want to have it straight along the same edge that the two cell towers are, so it's flat. And not only that, but do you notice that it's not being held that way because the triangle here is opening up. The cell phone is up above. So you want the shape, the curve of your protractor to match where the triangle is going. Our triangle is going up, so the protractor curve is going up. Okay, so now when you do that, let's actually look at some of the numbers on your protractor app. Now to draw it, we need the actual protractor to measure angles going this way, into the map itself. We don't want to have anything going off the map because then the cell phone is outside the map and that doesn't help us. So we're not going to use any of the numbers that are on this side of the protractor. Only use the ones that are in the map itself. All right, so now we said that angle A, if we scroll down, the app said the angle A is about 13 degrees. So go along the right-hand side of your protractor or protractor app and starting at whichever numbers give you 0. Either the outside numbers start at 0 and go up, or the inside numbers. But find the numbers that go from 0 and go increasing. And find where about 13 degrees would be. I'm just going to estimate. Again, my answer might be wrong because I'm just demonstrating for you. Let's just say 13 degrees is maybe about here. Aiming the app at the map, use some kind of freehand and draw a dot about where 13 degrees is. I'm estimating about there with a blue dot. You can either be doing this on your iPad, or if you have a printout is probably the best way to do it. Just use a pencil and draw a dot of where you think 13 degrees is. Okay, once you take the actual protractor off now, there's your blue dot. Now put the protractor back on and use the straight edge to connect the cell tower through the blue dot and draw a long line that goes through the cell tower and the blue dot. Like this. And make it go all the way through the map itself. Because we're going to connect the one from tower B in a second. We don't know where that's going, so we're just going to draw the line from A all the way straight through. All right, we just triangulated from A. Now let's do cell tower B. Same idea. Let's put our protractor on B with the little crosshairs or the open circle hole there on the actual cell tower. And it's opening up because the triangle is opening up. And we're not going to use the numbers on this side because that's not going to be on the map. So looking here, let's look where 0 is and increasing, either the inside or the outside numbers. Do you remember what B was? B was 23 degrees. So can you find where you think 23 degrees is on your protractor? And again, put a little dot. Mine might be a little wrong, but I'm just going to estimate right now, maybe 23 is about here, and draw a dot. And then you can take away your protractor and, like before, use it as a straight edge and connect tower B and draw a line straight through your dot that you made, all the way straight through to the edge of the map. Good! You just triangulated your cell phone. You know where it is? It's right where they intersect. That's your triangle. Going back to your triangle on the bottom here, that's this. There's your cell phone right there. If you want to erase the rest of the extra lines there, so you can see the real triangle there. Good job. So now the question is asking, in what county did we find the cell phone at 912? Well, if we look at here, we triangulated and it was in Monroe. Again, that might not be a right answer because I'm just estimating, but that's how you would answer that. There you go. How did that go? Everything else happens the same for the 1036 time. The only thing that's different is to help you understand where the angles are for the 1036 time. I gave you a hint that this one's going to be drawn downwards, which means you're still going to have cell tower A, cell tower B, but now your cell phone is going to be on the bottom half of the map, like this. Again, I'm giving you that clue here. So if you're wondering, how do you know that? It's because I'm telling you that to make it easier. Okay, you're going to solve it in the same steps. Fill in the sides, use your triangle solver to answer 1b. What is cell tower B's angle? And then to answer 2b, you're going to need angle A as well using the triangle solver. And then go back up here and use your protractor app and lay it down. But now, when you put the protractor there, the triangle is aiming down, so your protractor is aiming down. Crosshairs or holes right in the middle. And now you're going to try to find angles along this side. Not this side, because that's outside the map. Draw a line where you think it's going to be, just an estimate here. Go over to cell tower B and repeat. Put the protractor there with the crosshairs or the hole in the middle right on the cell tower. But now this one's aiming down because the triangle is aiming down. Once you locate angle B, lay it down, draw a line through it, and that is where your cell phone is. Here, I estimated again, that's going to be in Jackson. But when you do it for reals, you might get a different answer. All right, so that's the first page. That's a way of warming up. But now on the second page, the one thing that's going to be different now, besides the fact that we're going to be tracking a cell phone at the mall, is look and see where the cell towers are. Do you notice they're not horizontal anymore? They're vertical, which means your triangles now are going to be opening to the left or the right. So for example here, on the 2:58 time, now I'm going to draw my cell tower A and B like this. And I could either have it opening to the left where my cell phone is over here, or opening to the right where my cell phone is over here on the right. Notice on the chart I gave you some great clues. L means it's going to be opening to the left, so it'd be more like this kind of triangle. For the 312, it'll also be opening to the left. Again, I'm just giving you these shortcuts. And on the third one, at the 3:55 time, I'm telling you it's going to open to the right, so it'll look a little bit more like that shape. Let me walk you through the first one for the 2:58, and then the rest of them should be okay for you. All right, so I said that for the first one at 2:58, it should be opening to the left. So cell tower A, now cell tower B are vertical, and I said it's opening to the left to help you out. So here's our cell phone there. All right, so we're at the mall, and they're traveling through all these different stores here. And at different times, we know where the cell phone is, so where did this person go shopping? A little creeper, right? Well, that's fine. So let's figure out how far, first of all, are the cell towers. Once again, in the instructions, it says they are still 20 meters apart. So we can put that on our diagram right here. And now let's look at the chart. At 2:58, what does it tell us? From Tower A, it says that from Tower A, the cell phone is that far away. So I can put that right over here. The cell phone C is 12 meters away from Tower A. And it says that the angle for Tower A, when it triangulated it, was 48.6, or about 49 degrees. From Tower B, we don't know anything. Okay. Well, luckily, if you look at our triangle right now, look at the case we have. This is SAS, which would be a law of cosines. But again, we're going to use the app to do all the hard work for us. What is 1A asking for? Let's see. 1A says, how far was the cell phone from Tower B? That would be right here, basically what side A is. So I'd use your app and go ahead and solve for side A and figure that out. In 2A, we need to actually triangulate and find out where was the cell phone at 2:58. What store were they at? That's when the triangulation comes in. And we have to make sure again, do we have both angle A and angle B? If not, you need it. Well, looking at the actual triangle up here, we do have A, so check. So make sure you use the triangle app to find out what B is. All right, once you do that, I'll let you figure that out. We go back up here at the map with your protractor app or plastic one, and let's figure it out. Let's start with cell tower A. Now remember, this is opening to the left. So when you hold your protractor now, it's going to be this way because you want the flat part of the protractor to go along the line of the two cell towers. And now it's opening to the left, so the curve of the protractor is also opening to the left. And you put little crosshairs right where cell tower A is. Great job. Don't worry about the angles on this side. That's off the map. And try to find the angles that start from 0 and are increasing this way, either on the inside or the outside. Now, I do know from the problem that angle A was about 49 degrees, right? We found that over here in the chart. So look along your protractor and try to figure out where is 49. Again, I'm just going to estimate because I don't know for sure. But when you do it, maybe you'll find 49 degrees is about here. Make a mark on either your digital version or your paper version. Then take away your protractor. Use the flat edge, and you're going to connect the cell tower A as straight as you can through your dot that you made and all the way off the map. Good. Now repeat for cell tower B. Again, lay down your app or your protractor here along B with the crosshairs on the cell tower. And the triangle's opening to the left, so make sure your protractor curves to the left. All right, ignoring the angles out here, it's off the map. Try to figure out whatever angle B was. I don't know for sure, you're going to find out. But whatever angle B is, mark it on there, perhaps over here. Good, make a mark. Take off your protractor and draw a straight line through the cell tower, through the green dot, as straight as you can. And do you see the triangle that you made? Do you see where they intersect? There it is. If that was right, which I don't know, so don't copy that down. If that was right, that means we triangulated. At 2:58, this person was shopping at this store, Dust Collectors. So for the bottom here, what store? We would put down the Dust Collectors. But that's just an estimate. I'm not sure. You will find out. Okay? And if you want to get a head start and keep going, you can try the 312 time. That's also opening to the left. And the 355 time, which is actually opening to the right. But a little clue here, I put a big star here. When you actually get all your information for your triangle, this is actually an SSA case. Remember, that's the ambiguous case for law of sines. So you actually will get 2 triangles out on your app. Oh no! Like, which one do you pick? So my clue here is, after you put it into your app and it gives you one solution, tap on the screen and you're going to choose the second solution and get all the information, sides and angles, from the second triangle. So tap the screen after you solve it and use the answers for the second triangle. And then use the protractor app and figure out what store this person was at these 3 times. That's how we're going to triangulate from now on. I hope this video helped out and you're good to go. But if it's still confusing, come on in. We can do it together in extra help. Great job and good luck with your triangulating, my detectives. See you next time.